Would you like to introduce yourself little bit?
Yeah, my name is Lavchandra Mishra. I am from Bihar, Darbhanga district. I did my graduation 2019. If I talk about my hobbies are playing cricket, listening music, meet to new person, and traveling. That's all about me.
Okay, so shall I introduce myself?
Please.
Okay, so my name is Shalu Kumawat and I belong to Rajasthan. About my qualification, so I'm graduate in Bachelor of Arts. And when it comes to my hobbies, so I would like to spend time with my family and friends and traveling. And apart from this, I'm also working on my English language. That's all about to me.
Okay. So,
Okay.
what is importance in English in our life? What is importance English in our life?
I think English nowadays English is very needy language. Like in private sector, in government sector, you should to work on that like English language. And if you know English, that means you can express your ideas and thoughts all over the world. So I think English is very important.
Yeah, not only job purpose. It's we can improve my communication skill and we can improve my personality. And nowadays, corporate company, MNC company, and lot of company they needed to English language. So it's one incident for happened with me in 3 months ago. Actually, I went to Delhi airport and gave interview. So that time I was rejected because my English was not good, and so that's why I think without English I can't join any airport job, any MNC job. So that's why I learning English, and I've been learning this language for 2 months. So what about you?
Well, I've been learning this language around 6 to 7 months.
Okay.
Okay, so as you said that like you live in Delhi, so that time you came from like Delhi. So what kind of challenges did you face?
Okay, ma'am. Nowadays, I'm I'm learning English, and apart from this, I join BPO company as a customer support because I belong middle class family. So that's why I join also BPO company as a customer support. It's a part time job, not a full time, only part time job. And I have been learning nowadays. I learning English. If I talk about how can I learn how learn English nowadays. So I learn English YouTube, like conversation video, watch some conversation video, some institute video like Well Talk Institute, Persona Institute, and past telling a story and watching a story. I read one book, read English speaking book, and this the kind of activity I do nowadays. How was
Okay.
your experience?
Yeah, like I'm also first thing I will try to listen a lot of English content, and whatever I listen, I just try to imitate them. And apart from this, I just read and write. So this kind of the things I usually do to enhance my English skill. So do you like writing? Like write anything?
Writing, yeah, I like writing. Actually, when I started my English journey, so that time I think writing is not important. But nowadays, I think writing is very important. When I start my writing, so I realize writing is very important because when I start write, so that time three work I do in one time: writing, speaking, and writing, speaking, and understanding. So
Okay.
writing is very important. Listening is also important, but writing is also important. And
Yeah.
practice. Practice is
Yeah. Whenever you are learning a new language, so that means you should to work on, four pillars: reading, writing, speaking, you know,
and
and
ma'am,
listening.
about what kind of difficulty facing nowadays. So when when I started my conversation video, when I was connect first people, so that time I was not able to speak any word. And I was not able to speak any word, and but gradually I feel confident, and I speak a little bit. I know I make a lot of make mistake, but I think gradually it will. develop, and I will able to speak in future.
Yeah, it happens of every learner, okay? And English is a completely new language, so yes, it will take time.
Yeah.
So what would you like to write? Like, what kind of thoughts would you like to write in your notebook?
Yeah, actually, ma'am, I like to write a story, past story, like my childhood, how was my childhood, and how was my experience, like this activity.
Okay. So that time you started your English journey. So what is your biggest fear?
Yes, fear. That time, actually, ma'am, we I we learn all we learn. Actually, I think everyone learn English as a subject and not a language. And when I when I was rejected, that time I feel no, speaking is very important. So I thought, first of all, I learn grammar, some part like tense, modals, past of speech, and voice. So first of all, I learned this kind of grammar. Then I try to listen. First of all, I listen, then I try to speak. How can I speak? How can I express myself? Like daily routine, yesterday routine, whatever I do, I try to speak. So gradually, I think I realized I able to speak. And before 10 days ago, I started conversation video, and this is my 15 conversation video.
Oh, that's great. So right now, how is your experience?
Was my experience is good, and it's going on well, and I enjoying this journey.
Okay, that's great. And do you do anything to expand your vocabularies? Because vocabulary is very important.
Yeah, vocabulary. Actually, ma'am, when when I watch any video, so that time when I not understand any sentence, so that time I note that sentence in my notebook, and try to first of all I found out this what is this correct meaning, what is that correct meaning. And after that I try to speak, how can I speak this sentence, like I note two words in morning, and I try to whole day speak, how can I speak a lot of sentence, one word, a lot of sentence. So and when I watch a story, so that time I noted a sentence, which sentence I couldn't understand. And when I read book, so that time also I noted vocabulary, and I try to speak. Yeah,
Okay.
that.
So what kind of stories would you like to write and read?
Right. I watched a story like past story, like animals story. I like animals story.
Okay. And what would you like to read?
Read. Actually, I read story, ma'am, story book. But nowadays, I don't read any story book.